to you from the village of McFarland in Wisconsin. And I'm standing in a historic Queen Anne's type of Victorian home, built in 1898 for Ian Edwards. Mr. Edwards did not live in the house long, and in 1911, John Obed Larson, who was up and coming in the world, bought it for his rather large family. The Larson family lived in this house for many years until John's daughter, Bertha, passed away in 1988. Eventually, it went to Bertha's nephew. The house stood empty for over 20 years until the McFarland Historical Society purchased it in February of 2012. Luckily, a new roof was put on the structure, but the siding was in such bad shape that it had to be replaced. Next year, the front porch will be taken apart, the fancy work saved, and then it will be rebuilt. So far, the society has had contractors put new siding and paint on 2 sides of the house, build a new side porch. New wiring has replaced the old knob and tube wiring that John Larson installed back in 1920 when electricity came to McFarland. A new gas furnace has been installed. Tree removal and landscaping has been done. Much of the labor and some of the materials have been donated by local businesses. Groups of volunteers from local clubs, churches, and others have tackled major cleaning and restoration projects. McFarland State Bank and the families of Crystal Lawkin and Stanley Dodson have each contributed $10,000 to earn room naming rights and help the restoration. The family of Howard and Ann Davis and the descendants of John Larson have pledged 2 more rooms to be named. Hundreds of citizens who have bought a board for the Larson House will also be recognized. There are still many boards to buy for the other 2 sides of the house. Much work in the interior needs to be done in order to have a house museum to illuminate and celebrate our local history. But thanks to the outpouring of community support, we are well on our way.
Hi, I'm Judy St. Clair, and I've been working on our Buy a Board campaign, which has been very successful. It's great the way so many people have bought a board to honor a loved one or their entire family. Does anyone out there still need to buy a board for the Larson House?
Hi, I'm Meg Nielsen. Many years ago, I had the privilege and pleasure of interviewing the Larson sisters, Bertha and Tonetta, when they still lived in this house. That's one of the reasons that I'm so pleased that the Historical Society has purchased this house and plans to restore it to its former beauty. I'm also glad that I can be a part of this in just a small way by directing the McFarland Chocolate Fest. Held on the first Saturday in November, the Chocolate Fest is a fun and delicious fundraiser for the Larson House.
My name is Dale Marsden, and I serve as president of the McFarland Historical Society. I made this sign and repaired stained glass windows like this one, and I've done lots of other jobs for the grand old house.
Okay. Well, hello. My name's Lee Ackley, and I'm standing on the side porch of the Larson House. I repaired these original porch columns and the spandrels that you see between the columns. I also built this gable decoration to match the originals. And these pieces are called spool spindles. And I made the spool spindles to replace the ones that were missing or badly damaged. These decorations will be installed in the peaks of the gables of this house in the front and on the side.
Hello, I'm Ed Minahan. I'm the chair of the town of Dunn, which is nearby. I have some experience with masonry. I repaired the side walls and the top brickwork on the cellar door. I'm very pleased and actually honored to have helped as a volunteer on this project. It's a great project, and the only way to get it really done rapidly and have it done right is to have more volunteers.
Hello, I'm Mark Nelson of Lycon Incorporated. Gary Lehnherr suggested that I donate the concrete for these new sidewalks at the Larson house. I decided to do so because the Larson house is such a great project. So many local residents and contractors are volunteering their time for this, and I am happy to help too.
Hi, my name is Brian Ramish of Badger Painting. A historical society decided to save the original trim and the gables on the Larson house, and my crews did the scraping and the painting of those. We also spray painted the siding boards, for they were put on the house, and that saved lots of time. We then applied a second finish coat for added protection. This was a great project for us.
Hi, my name is Jenny Dodson. I'm very excited about the landscape work that's been done here so far. Dead and dying trees were removed from the backyard, and earth was moved to acquire better drainage. These jobs were all done by local companies that donated their time and materials. When spring comes, I really look forward to planting gardens here.
Good morning, I'm Steve Washer with Washer Construction. We were part of the project here doing the siding. What we did was we had it manufactured to match the original that was put on the house a long time ago. And we're very proud to be a part of this building.
Hi, I'm Jeff Havey from Havey Plumbing, and I'll be donating some labor material here at the Larson house. The pipes froze and burst about 20 years ago, but we now have the water flowing, and we'll be bringing fixtures online one by one. And below the meter, so they can isolate it to change the meter out or whatever. But I added this on now, so you can put a hose on there, or fill a bucket, give a source of water for the inside. This is the valve for the outside faucet, that's up and running. If you were to open this valve, water would shoot out of there, so this is kind of
Hi, I'm Kevin Kesterson. I've lived in McFarland for about 40 years and I've been collecting antiques about the same period of time. One of the things I've been trying to help with here at the Larson house are making sure that all the furnishings, the light fixtures, the wallpaper, everything is appropriate to the period that we're aiming for. I've donated tableware, light fixtures, and some other items to the house. Today, what I'm here to do is donate this cranberry hanging glass fixture that will hang in the front hallway. It's a gas fixture that's been converted to electricity and is extremely similar to the one that originally hung in the house. So I'm hoping that it'll make a great impact and maybe some of you folks will be prodded to donate some items too.
We have materials and put zeros in your
Hello, I'm Larry Nygaard. I am part of the mowing crew for the Larson house. Bill Mitchell, Joe Marking Jr., and Kim Mitchell also help with the mowing. I live just down the street. I can tell you this old house became a real eyesore. I'm so glad the Larson house is being restored, and I'm happy to do my part in maintaining the property.
Excited, happy.
Hi, I'm Brian Spengler with McFarland True Value Hardware. Like other McFarland residents, I was tired of seeing the Larson home so run down. I volunteered the rental of my scaffolding for the painters and the siding crews for the summer months. I think it's great to see so much progress being made and want to see it continue.
Hello, I'm Bob Hargraves. I am here representing the McFarland Lions Club. Last March, a group of our members picked up and hauled away the debris from an old garage that used to be on this property. It was good to clear away the junk in and around the Larson house so that the restoration could begin. We will help with more projects in the future.
Okay.
My name is Ken Brost. I care a lot about the historic Larson house. It was built by craftsmen in 1898 and has never been significantly altered inside or out. But for the last 20 years it was neglected. I am constantly looking for ways to get important tasks done for this house. I've asked many others to volunteer their time and I have never been turned down.
Great.
Hello, my name is Greg Highland of Highland Construction. I donated my time to build the cellar doors for the Larson house. I also built the side porch with the original columns and decorative spandrels.
Hello, I'm Daryl Krenz of Capital City Tree Experts. Our crew cut down dead and dying trees from the backyard of the Larson house. We also trimmed other trees, chipped and hauled away the branches and tree trunks. We donated all our time and heavy equipment because we really care about the Larson house and its place in our community.
Hi, I'm Dawn Bolstead. I'm a member of McFarland Lutheran Church and I was on the Puerto Rico mission trip. And members of our Puerto Rico mission trip group worked at the Larson house, worked in the kitchen, worked in the bedrooms, tearing down wallpaper, cleaning some of the rooms up, getting the Larson house ready for the restoration.
Great.
Hi, I'm Brenda Berlowski-Zier.
And I'm Greg Zier.
And we currently are restoring another house that's just down the block from the Larson house.
We're excited to lend our knowledge to help with the restoration of this grand house.
We have helped work on removing the old lighting fixtures and taking them down to be restored so that they can be reused in the Larson house.
And we'll continue to help by teaching volunteers about plaster and wallpaper repair.
conditioning. I supplied a American Standard gas furnace for the Larson house. We also acquired a humidifier from Research Products, thermostat from Research Products, and a Space Guard air cleaner from Research Products. I'm donating the labor to put it all in and only charging for the materials for the project. We are now waiting for a gas hookup, and soon, after 20 years of frigid winter conditions, the Larson house will have heat again.
Great.
We also have a whole house dehumidifier from Dairy Equipment Company that we will be installing in the house too.
There's the other half of it.
Hi, I'm John O'Connor. I live and work in McFarland. I volunteer for lots of good causes. And since I was an experienced painter, I volunteered to paint these porches, the gable features, often found in Victorian homes. I painted the porch columns, spandrels, and gable decorations like this. When the porch railing is built, I will paint that too.
Go.
Okay, hello. I'm Dick Larson of Mid-Wisconsin Glass. I put new glass into this dining room window and other broken windows at the Larson house at no cost to the Historical Society. I'm glad to donate my time and material for this job. It's good to see on all improvements in the Larson house.
Sounds good. I kind of get a look at that window there. All right. Yeah, I think that.
Hello, my name is John Windling, and I'm part of the Larson family through my wife Ruth, who was a granddaughter of John Larson. Now, John's oldest son, Obed, had 5 daughters, and those daughters are Eleanor, Jerry, Lois, Corrine, and my wife Ruth. Now, they grew up at Larson's Beach and loved to attend the family gatherings here at Grandpa's house, Grandpa John Larson. A letter was sent to the families of the 5 daughters asking for their help. Together, we will donate $10,000 for this room in memory of the 5 Larson girls. So we plan to name this room in their honor, and also because they're the daughters of Obed Larson. They all enjoyed lots of laughter and fun here, and also wonderful music was played on the grand piano in this room right here many years ago.
Hello, my name is Steve Swanson. I'm president of McFarland State Bank. We donated $10,000 for the restoration of the Larson House and plan on naming this room the dining room. McFarland State Bank began in the village back in 1905, and then in 1906 an ambitious teenager by the name of Homer Vick went to work in the small building on Main Street just across the street from here. He went to work as a bookkeeper, and then to cashier, and then to owner of the bank. One of his greatest satisfactions was that McFarland State Bank went through the Great Depression without difficulty. That tradition of careful, prudent management has continued to this day. We are proud of our history and pleased to help restore the Larson House and all that it represents.
Hello, my name is Jane Licht. I'm here representing the children of Crystal Locken, who donated $10,000 in memory of their grandma Dorothy Nelson Helmke and their mother. Both Dorothy and her daughter Crystal were strong, independent women who never stopped learning, growing, and contributing to their community. Crystal was active in the McFarland Historical Society and felt strongly that the society should purchase the Larson House. Upon her death, her children, Raoul, Anne, and Mary, decided to honor their mother and grandmother with a generous gift and to name the octagonal bedroom the Nelson Helmke Locken Room. Before she died, Crystal wrote a delightful memoir about growing up in McFarland in the 1930s and 1940s. That memoir is for sale, with the proceeds going to the Larson House.
Hi, my name is Jenny Dodson. I donated $10,000 to the Larson House restoration in memory of my husband Stanley Dodson. I could have named a room, but instead I wanted to name the gardens of the property because Stan was such an avid gardener and a steward of the land. Next spring, flower beds and a vegetable garden will be planted. I'm sure Stanley would have approved.
Really good.